In 1976, the Suburbs senior team had a modest start, winning just one of their first 3 matches, however performed consistently well thereafter to finish 4th in the first round. In the Gallagher Shield second round, they played a series of very close matches, drawing with Otahu to start, and then beating the championship favourite and Alan McAvoy Shield winner Ponsonby. It was another close match, but was clinched by 2 drop goals scored by first 5 Max Tredrea. At the midway point of the series, Suburbs was positioned within striking distance of the title. However, the team struggled to finish matches, drawing 3 in the second round, and their form faded in the latter stages of the season as Ponsonby followed through and completed the double, winning both the first and second rounds. There were other positives that season, however, as captain Peter Wallace played his 100th senior match for the club, having first played in 1969. And then Peter Clement reached 100 matches, also having started his career in 1967. 1976 was an historical year in provincial rugby, with the very first national championship being played, won by Bay of Plenty and Auckland coming third. And Glenn Rich joined Farrell in the Auckland A team for the first of what would be many seasons Rich would pull on the blue and white hoops. Peter Wallace played for the New Zealand Services team that year, and Colin Farrell was selected in the New Zealand junior team but was forced to withdraw due to injury. He then played in all 4 matches for the New Zealand Colts internal tour in 1976, scoring 16 of the 39 points scored, and was in very good all-round form. He was written about as being unlucky to not be selected for the All Blacks tour to South Africa, as well as the subsequent first All Blacks tour to Argentina and Uruguay later in the year. However, he wasn't selected in the Inter-Island match nor the All Blacks trials that year, and he still wasn't in the frame early in the 1977 season either, as Farrell missed out on selection into the All Blacks trial in Wanganui in May. However, was called in his cover, watching from the stands. The selectors then caused a sensation by selecting the Suburbs and Auckland man to play against the Lions in the first test at Athletic Park. Suburbs' chest swelled with pride at the selection of the club's first All Black, and at a packed function at the club rooms, Colin was presented with an engraved clock, a tracksuit and other gifts, while his parents Fred and Shirley Farrell received free air tickets and accommodation in Wellington to watch their son's test debut. Farrell played in 2 super challenging tests against the British Lions, and while those appearances didn't quite go as Colin and Suburbs might have hoped, he'd achieved something no one else ever had in the club's 59-year history in a tender age of just 21. The year was 1977, and as big a story as it was that the club finally had one of their own don the All Black jersey, there would be an even bigger story ahead that season for the Suburbs Rugby Club.